Hello, you wonderful, beautiful, and craptastic people. CraptasticJack here, and today I'm actually making this video a few days late. I wanted to make this video earlier, but I just didn't have the time, and it is right now, as I'm recording this, it is 12:34 in the morning, so I actually have to be a bit quieter. But today I'm going to be discussing the future of racing games. So yes, without further interruptions, let us begin. So if you've seen my recent uploads, you may have noticed that I haven't really been uploading much racing content recently. I've been going through this phase right now where I'm just throwing a lot of shit at the walls to see what sticks. Like I've been doing new stuff like Jalopy, LSPDFR. I always love doing, and I've done a Call of Duty video, which but I'm just kind of branching out there a bit since it is gonna be coming dead soon in the racing game streets. As you may have heard a few days ago, the people over at Ghost Games announced that the last content update that we got was actually going to be the last free content update for Need for Speed 2015. And this is both a good and a bad thing. It's a good thing because, well, that means they're focusing a lot more on Need for Speed 2017. Ooh, and I also forgot, they also announced that there was going to be no Need for Speed game this year for 2016, but there's going to be one coming out in 2017. So again, they're sticking to that 2-year schedule, which is great. But I feel it's a great thing that they're focusing more on Need for Speed 2017. But it's also a bit of a shame because there's still a lot of things in Need for Speed 2015 that could use improvement. For example, like the police, the cops, the fact that there's no police radio, like minor stuff like that. But overall, Need for Speed 2015 was a great game, and it signaled the beginning of a new era for Need for Speed. And I'm glad that Ghost is looking towards the future in regards to the franchise, because I want Need for Speed 2017. I want Need for Speed 2017 to make Need for Speed 2015 look like shit, okay? I want to be able to play Need for Speed 2017, then go back to Need for Speed 2015 and go, damn, this game is nothing in comparison to Need for Speed 2017 in a good way. But moving back onto the topic of general topic of racing games, there isn't much coming out this year, unlike the past 2 years where 2014, 2015 we got a lot in terms of racing games. Like I remember 2014, everyone was saying, oh, this is the year of racing games and stuff, because we got Drive Club, which you're seeing in the background. I actually just got a PS4, and we also got Forza Horizon 2 and The Crew. Say what you want about that, The Crew, and then 2015 we got The Crew Wild Run, as well as Need for Speed 2015, which again, I forgot, we also got Grid Autosport, but no one gives a shit about that in 2014. But 2016, what are we getting? We might be getting Gran Turismo Sport whenever the hell that decides to come out, and Forza Horizon 3, which I hope will be good. But other than that, there really doesn't seem to be much coming out. We might get an expansion with The Crew if they actually want to keep the game alive, because that game's just dying every single day. I mean, Wild Run revived it for a bit, but not in the long terms. And I feel that the future of racing games right now looks a bit bleak, if you know what I mean. Obviously, right now, racing games are not as popular as they were 10 years ago. A racing game today might sell 2 to 3 million copies if it's like Need for Speed or Forza, but if it's not one of those games, it's not going to sell a lot at all. Unlike in the day where a racing game could sell on its own, could sell like millions of copies, and if it was a Need for Speed game, it could sell like 6-7 million. But those days are no longer here. Racing games don't seem to be in the limelight right now. But however, history does repeat itself, and I do know that one day racing games will again be in the limelight. We've seen it with a game like Rocket League. A game like Rocket League, but with cars, like actual racing, can revive a genre. Take for example Battlefield 1. That game is most likely going to start a new era for first-person shooters, where they're going to bring back the World War II, World War I era type first-person shooters, which is amazing. And just like how Infinite Warfare, Ghosts, it kind of started this trend of futuristic warfare, if you know what I mean. But then obviously no one likes that now. and we're moving back to a time where first-person shooters are going back into time, like in time to like World War One, World War Two. I mean, Battlefield 1, if it doesn't matter if it's a good game or not, it's gonna be the first AAA game to go to World War One, like first-person shooter game to go back to World War One, which is great because World War One seems like a forgotten war in terms of video games. Everyone just focused on World War Two, but World War One, when you get down to it, it's a really like intense war. But anyway, that's really going off topic. But just saying how Battlefield 1 is probably gonna reinvent the first-person shooter genre and bring it into a new era, and a racing game can bring a genre back into a new era. And Need for Speed 2015 was an attempt to bring the racing game genre back, but as of right now, a lot of the gaming community does not seem to be interested in racing games. Even though Need for Speed 2015 was a great game, it just wasn't enough to bring racing back into the limelight, which is fine, to be fair, because one game just won't do that if people don't give two shits about it. If most people don't give two shits about it, but if it's like stellar, like if it's just eye-popping, like holy shit, this is amazing, then it can bring back, like, I mean, Need for Speed 2015 had its problems and it received mixed reviews to some degree, mainly from people who didn't know how to tune their cars, but you know, overall I feel that Need for Speed 2015 was a great game, but they could have done somewhat a lot better. But Need for Speed 2015 is another attempt to, is going to be another shot to hopefully reinvent the genre. I doubt Forza Horizon 3 is going to do anything about that. And hopefully it could bring racing to the limelight. But as of right now, the future of racing, there's really not much coming within the next year. But with the return of Need for Speed in 2017, we could hopefully return to greatness, because quality of Need for Speed games is obviously improving. If Forza steps up their game, then obviously then we can get more great Forza games, and of course Gran Turismo is usually pretty good. So the more great racing games that come out, the more likely that the racing game genre is going to grow. But basically that is all for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry if I'm like a little bit like low tone right now. It's 12:42 in the morning, but I'm making a video because why not? And guys, that's all for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Have a good one.